Hello and welcome to this edition of Batavia Muckdog Baseball here on YouTube Live, as we are here at Dwyer Stadium for the fourth straight day, the last day of this USA homestand. And the Batavia Muckdogs are playing host to the Geneva Red Wings for sole possession of third place in the PGCBL West Division. Hello, and as always, I'm Griffin Della Penna. Might sound a little bit different today. Yes, it was a nice early birthday present for me. All of my audio equipment came in, new headset, audio board, everything's running smoothly, and I have a few other tricks up my sleeve here for tonight's broadcast as well. With Batavia going with a very similar lineup as to what we've seen, just retooling a little bit in the batting order, and a guy on the mound that has been extremely successful in his last few appearances with the Muckdogs, George Osborne, from formerly at Elkhorn State University, now will be at Texas Southern, as last week he announced that he would be transferring and now be a teammate of another pitcher on our staff, A.J. Winger. So for Batavia, our Tompkins Bank of Castile starting lineups. Leading off will be the right fielder, number 29, Spencer Marcus. Abner Benitez will get his second straight start at first base. He'll be batting second. Batting third will be the extra hitter, Cam Connolly. In the four-hole will be the center fielder tonight, Blair Frederick. Batting fifth will be Charlie Sacconi playing shortstop. Jerry Reinhart will play third base and be batting sixth. Bryce Mortellaro is behind the dish, batting seventh. Daniel Burroway gets his third straight night in left field. He's very excited about that. Ethan Fresca, another start for him. He will be tonight's DH, batting ninth. And then in the 10-hole for Batavia will be Michael Florides, as leading things off here for Geneva will be Philip Bernstein. Bernstein has been at the top of that lineup all season long. And again, if you'd like to see the starting lineups, just look on our social media platforms, as well as follow us here on PointStreak.com for live stats throughout tonight's game. So Bernstein on the year hitting .312. Very solid player, as the first pitch from George Osborne runs just a bit inside. A little more on Osborne, as so far this season didn't start originally. His first few appearances, he was coming out of the pen. That one in there for strike one. As on the season, 8 games, 2 of them starts, 17 innings pitched, allowing 8 hits. Another pitch right there, beautifully painted on the outside corner, as Osborne allowing 8 hits, 5 runs, only 3 of them earned, with 24 strikeouts for a 1.58 ERA. There is a swing and miss, and with strikeout number 25 now is George Osborne.
Hi out there.
We're having a little special guest here, Spencer Graff's dad.
I will slap you or I'll poison your food next time.
And after all that and the strikeout by Philip Bernstein, here is the shortstop, Brandon Myers. A little bit early start today, 7:05, with already a strikeout in the books. Now the count is 1-1. So it will be Bernstein, Myers, Griffin, and Borelli. Late strike call there, but it's in there. So another great night here for baseball at Dwyer Stadium. Getting set yet again is Osborne. The pitch to Myers, swung on, hit softly. Having to come in hard will be Jerry Reinhart, and no throw will be made on that one. So allowing his first hit of the outing is George Osborne.
Third and first baseman, number 22, Benjamin Griffin.
So now Ben Griffin, tonight's first baseman. Seen him this season. hit .333 in 51 at-bats. He is first on the team for the Red Wings in average. Again, these two teams are fighting for third place in the division. And this game does mean a lot with Elmira slipping as of late, losing their past 4 games. This means a lot for Batavia as they are just a game and a half out at this moment in time. At this moment in time, as we have another strike there from Elmira as the 2 seed. And again, the weird thing about the playoff format is if Jamestown does end up having the best record in the entire league, then 3 teams will make it from the West Division instead of just 2. Hence why the best team gets a bye in the first round, and then the 2 other teams in their respective division battle it out. The 2-1 from Osborne, that one misses upstairs, and the number 3 hitter for the Red Wings now in a 3-1 count here. That one will be ball 4, so Osborne now, after the leadoff soft hit single, has 2 men on with 1 out here in the top of the first.
Designated hitter number 20, Mike Borelli.
Here is Mike Borelli. He's another catcher on this Geneva team. Borelli, a junior at St. Asylum College. That one swung on and hit over to Abner Benitez. He can't glove that one, as now being waved around is Brandon Myers. The throw in from Spencer Marcus in right field will not be in time, and Geneva will strike first in this one, scoring here in the top of the first inning. So another chopper hit over the head of Abner Benitez. And Borelli gets the RBI single. So 2 hits now, nothing really hard hit off Osborne. However, Batavia's already down. So now with runners on the corners, 1 out, stepping in is Jackson Dijon. He is actually tonight's catcher. That one fouled away off to the right side. Again, this is the first game in 2 days that, even though they've been home and been playing games here at Dwyer Stadium, that will actually count towards their record, as the past 2 days were friendly exhibition matchups against some teams in the NYCBL. Thankfully for Batavia, with them dropping both of those games, that won't affect them, as they currently sit at 12-14, just 2 games under 500, and the Geneva Red Wings at 13-15. So both teams 2 games under 500. Geneva's been playing a whole lot against the Auburn Doubledays. That one way outside by Osborne. Again, hopefully you guys realize that no more background noise and hearing conversations of others. These mics are perfect, and being able to control the audio levels is a blessing. That one hit over to Jerry Reinhardt for 1. They try to get it for 2, and there's actually no throw there by Michael Floridas. So it will gain another out, but another run will score here for Geneva on the fielder's choice.
Batting 6, third baseman number 38, Thomas Latham.
So after the fielder's choice, your score is 2-0, and now just a man on first base. That one, big swing and a miss by Thomas Latham, tonight's third baseman for Geneva. As Borelli was out at second base, backdoor slider there, and that one's in there for strike 2. Here is Osborne shaking off a few signs here. The pitch, that one misses high. Doesn't get the chase there by Latham. Latham on the season hitting .243. Trying to get his last out here is Osborne. And that one fouled away off to the right side. So staying at 1-2 here is Thomas Latham. Latham, originally from Virginia, plays at Holy Cross. That one popped up over to Charlie Ciccone. Ciccone's going to get under that one to end the inning. So Geneva does put some damage on the board as your score is 2-0, with Batavia still awaiting their first ups in this one. They will face off against Patrick Riley. We'll talk a little bit more about Riley after the break, as well as for Batavia, Spencer Marcus, Abner Benitez, and Cam Connolly will be the first three up for Batavia. Here's the first time that we'll also have this feature for you. Hopefully you will enjoy it. And first up here is Spencer Marcus getting things off against Patrick Riley. Patrick Riley, the right-hander from Albany, New York, attends Central Connecticut State, a Division II school. And let's see Spencer Marcus here. That one high for ball one. So the second pitch. We've seen Riley already once this year. Big swing and a miss there by Spencer Marcus there. The outfielder from Niagara, currently hitting .344 and has one of the highest on-base percentages in the entire PGCBL, is also second with RBIs at 19. That one fouled back. 1-2 count now. So Geneva tacking on 2 runs early in this one, starting things off with 2 hits coming from Brandon Myers and Mike Borelli. Borelli got an RBI. And so did Jackson DeJean on the fielder's choice. So here is 2-2 count now. As next up will be Abner Benitez and Cam Connolly. That one hit over to the right side. Chasing after it is the second baseman, Dathan Cody, but that one's going to get out of play. Beautiful night here for baseball. A little humid earlier in the day and passing showers. It was another torrential downpour comparable to last Friday here in Batavia and across the region. But things opened up. Now sunny skies and good to play some baseball. The field really needed some water as well. That one will beam Spencer Marcus, so he will be standing on first base now as the leadoff man for Batavia is standing on first. Now up here, Abner Benitez. Benitez in yesterday's exhibition game against the Syracuse Saltcats, he had 2 of Batavia's 4 hits in the game, as it was just a 7-inning friendly game. However, you're expecting a little bit more from this Batavia offense, and he ripped 2 singles right back up the middle. So good things from him. Has that new Mo bat that was sponsored by Alex Morris, a huge Muckdog fan. First one misses high and outside. So the Alabama State outfielder, now / first baseman. We knew he could play there. He's just never been there. In 89 at-bats, 28 hits, 21 runs scored, 14 RBIs, and 3 home runs with an additional 3 extra base hits. That one fouled away. So Benitez now trying to keep things going. The 1-1 outside yet again. Riley really missing that arm side, as the glove side is traditionally for righties at least. That would be inside to Benitez with the left-hander up, and outside be arm side for a right-handed pitcher to a lefty. That changeup really hasn't had that location for it yet. That one hit into play. Ben Griffin's going to step on first for 1, and they try to tag Spencer Marcus at second base, but he will slide in there in time. So if you're scoring at home, you can just score that one a fielder's choice with a 3 unassisted there.
Batting third, the extra hitter, number 15, Cameron Penley.
So with Marcus's speed, he ensures that he will get into scoring position there. That's just going to be a 3 unassisted for the first out here in the bottom of the first. So Cam Connolly stepping in here. Back-to-back days where we've seen him in the 3-hole. That one misses inside on the off-speed pitch. So after talking to Geneva's coaching staff earlier in the game, it's just kind of that time of the year where a lot of players leave, a lot of pitchers leave due to some max innings limits and all sorts of reasons. And currently, Batavia's total is sitting at 5 players that have left. Their roster sitting at 26 players. Geneva, after talking to their coaching staff, have already lost 9 players. And it'll be interesting to see if they will catch up and stay afloat, as they, again, are sitting in 3rd place here in the West Division, tied up with Batavia at this point in time. Again, that's occurring with teams like Elmira, losing some of their best guys like Cam Hill, who's both a first baseman as well as a great left-handed pitcher. Losing him, that's a big piece to your pitching staff. And Batavia's gone through a lot of the same woes. So that is a big part that you don't really necessarily expect in the beginning of the year. You don't know which guys are going to get hurt, who's going to end up going home. But losing guys early on in the year like Sterling Turman and Joey Battaglia also found out today that with a slight meniscus tear that he would not be coming back this season either. Those are very unfortunate things, but if you're the coaching staff, there's truthfully nothing you can do about it. Time is called in the box as Riley was really taking his time there. Geneva in their road navy uniforms and Batavia wearing those red jerseys yet again with the black hats. Black hats, white pants. Batavia's really been switching it up a lot lately in what they wear on the field. So the pitch coming home. That one fouled off yet again by Cam Connolly. He's such a grinder deep in counts and will foul off as many pitches as he has to stay alive. So we'll try the 1-2 yet again. As getting set is Riley. The pitch swung on, and you guessed it, fouled off to the right side again. More times than not, and I think Skip Martinez said it very well the other day in a team meeting, is more times than not at this level, about 85% of the time, pitchers with two strikes will be living and looking for the outside part of the zone. That's something as a hitter you really have to know, and you have to internalize that. As not too sure, time was called, and not sure if Brendan Myers is dehydrated or something's not going well there. Yep, looks like he's a little dehydrated, and one of his teammates is going to go out there and get him some water quick. So during this time, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors: Batavia Downs Gaming, Ficarella's Pizza, Alex's Place, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Noah Hoy Chiropractic, Tompkins Bank of Castile, United Memorial Medical Center, New York 529 College Savings, and Restore. A little bit more on Restore. Restore provides crisis intervention and support services to survivors of sexual assault and to their loved ones. Trained advocates are available 24/7, helping you make informed choices concerning medical, legal, and counseling needs while offering advocacy and information about your rights. Visit restore.org for more information. You can reach Restore 24/7 at their confidential hotline at 585-527-1757. Restore means trust. Restore means empowerment. Restore means healing. Restore is here no matter what. So as Myers will get some more liquids in him, I'd like to remind, with it being as muggy as it is, even though it's only 80 degrees, the humidity is super high here, to continue to stay hydrated. And it seems like Myers might actually be done, as we'll see Dalton Cody shift over to shortstop, and Brady Slinger will play second base. So, we'd like to hope that the shortstop for Geneva, Brendan Myers from St. Bonaventure, will be okay. So play will resume here as Cam Connolly still grinding away in this at-bat against Patrick Riley. Here's the 1-2 one more time. That one just a little bit inside. Holding back on the swing is Cam Connolly. They try to backpick Marcus, but he'll be safe at second base. It's Connolly now. The 2-2 fouls it off yet again. A really great at-bat here early in this one. And that's been an issue for Batavia throughout these past few games. And really, it's kind of been their Achilles heel throughout this whole season, is getting runs early in games as they find themselves in these large deficits that they continue to have to try to chip away at throughout the game. Or if they do get an early lead, they end up giving runs right back. That one hit high over to the first baseman, Ben Griffin, and he will collect the second out. So now stepping in will be the Xavier University at Louisiana star, Blair Frederick. Blair has been extremely vital to this Muckdog offense in the past few games here in this homestand. Had a few hits against the Mansfield Destroyers, a few RBIs, moving runners along. There's a lot of team-friendly at-bats coming from tonight's center fielder, Blair Frederick. Here's the 1-0. That one runs inside, and there will be the second hit batsman here in this inning. As a little more on the man on the mound, Patrick Riley. So far this season, 4 appearances, 3 starts, 18 innings pitched, 8 hits, 8 runs allowed, 9 walks compared to 14 strikeouts with a 1-1 record and a 4 ERA. So unfortunately, due to my stats, I can't see how many of those walks were, hit by batsmen, but just seeing these first few at-bats for him as that one's hit softly over to Cody, and Cody with the off-balance throw, Griffin with the stretch, and that will end the inning. So 2 runners are stranded on the base pass as both Spencer Marcus and Blair Frederick were both hit by a pitch. Geneva will maintain that early 2-0 lead, and George Osborne will be back on the mound for Batavia heading into the second inning. We'll be back here on YouTube Live in just a second. And back here to start the second inning off is George Osborne here. First pitch to Nick Forney. Will not be in there for strike one. Osborne again with a 1.5 ERA coming into this one, already letting up 2 runs early here in the first inning. So Osborne now, that pitch outside corner, and they will give it to him. Now I do believe the count is 2-1 here to the Geneva right fielder that's hitting .239 on the season. Getting back on the mound quickly after that one, George Osborne with another ball in the at-bat. That one swung on and hit hard out to the gap. That one's going to get down, and chasing after it is Blair Frederick in center field. Gets the ball in quickly, but not before Nick Forney's in there with a stand-up double. So Forney right there with that double. That will be for him already his 8th double on the season. So a guy that definitely has some pop. That is Geneva's 3rd hit already. There is a curveball outside to the now shortstop. Came into the game as the second baseman, Dalton Cody. Cody, sophomore at Gordon College. Not very aware where that college is located. leadoff double from Forney puts them in a great position to add a little more to this lead. That one fouled back yet again. Now the count is 1-2. For joining us here on YouTube Live, would just like to say thank you, as we love all the support that I have been getting throughout this season. Looking to continue to get better every single day. With more content on our social media platforms, getting a little bit more comfortable with editing software and bunch of other things. It's been a great ride in this 1.5 months already with the Dogs. That one fouled yet again. Here on a Tuesday night, again, not the biggest crowd that we've seen in a while, as due to, I think, the weather had an impact. A lot of people weren't sure what the field was looking like with that storm kind of coming through Batavia quickly, not staying for too long. So that one yanked down the line and hooking into the visitors' bullpen. So again, with that rain was really needed on this field that was playing very hard and fast right now. So now we'll try the 1-2. Osborne with the pitch, off speed, just high. That one also misses out there. So Osborne, with already a man on second base, doesn't want to allow another runner here with nobody out. That one inside and jammed, but a foul ball. As these two teams have already played a few times this year, Batavia losing their first two matchups by a very small margin, 4-2 at McDonough Park, where we will be going there a few more times in the coming month, as well as the first home game here on a Thursday night where Batavia's comeback came a little short with bases loaded and one out in a 7-6 ball game, and striking out Cody there on a beautiful curveball by George Osborne. Cody upset with himself, slamming his bat into the ground. And a big first out there. So the backwards K there, that will already be Osborne's second strikeout of the outing. Now it's Noah Reichman, tonight's extra hitter. He's hitting .313 on the season. First one, big swing and miss there by Reichman, as he is from St. Louis, Missouri, and attends Colby College. That one in there for a strike. So I mentioned the two losses that Batavia's had to Geneva, but I did not mention their commanding 7-0 win in their last trip here at Dwyer Stadium. That was a big game at the time, as Batavia, with that one, solidified them being in third place yet again. Batavia has been a team time in and time out that when things have been on the line, they've came through, as there is another strikeout back-to-back here for George Osborne, as he is carving this bottom half of the Red Wings lineup. So back-to-back strikeouts. Now it'll be the number 10 man in the Geneva order, Corson Hastings, hitting .226 on the season. Big swing and miss there. With the lefty on the mound in Osborne, this Geneva lineup is absolutely full of left-handed hitters. So after getting the first pitch strike, he'll get one right there as well. Now the count rises to 0-2. He's trying to get out of this situation is Osborne, with already a a man on second base with the leadoff double by Nick Forney. So we'll try the 0-2 yet again. Let's try to see the swinging slider strike out here, and yes, it happens. Osborne striking out the side after the leadoff double. So Osborne dials back in, and we will try to see if Batavia's offense can dial back in here in this one, as they are down early here to nothing. As due up first here in the bottom half of the second inning for Batavia will be Jerry Reinhardt, Bryce Mortellaro, and Daniel Burraway for Batavia. We'll be back here on YouTube Live in just a minute.
Or youth sports organization, Muckdogs are able to also offer great picnic options for your organization or business. So reserve your group today by calling 585-524-2260 and go Muckdogs!
And here is Jerry Reinhardt as Reinhardt steps in here in the bottom of the second inning. As it'll be Reinhardt, Mortellaro, and Daniel Burraway trying to respond as they are already down in this one 2-0. So a big game here tonight. There's a late strike call on a pitch slightly upstairs. But a big game tonight. Tomorrow they're on the road at Sam Magley Stadium facing off against the Niagara Power that currently sit in 5th place at 11-15 after a few wins against the Elmira Pioneers. And then after that, a 3-game series against the Pios. There's a curveball, or a slider, in there for a strike right down the middle. That will be a home game Thursday, on the road at Dunfield Friday, and then back home against the Pios on Saturday. Those games mean a lot for Batavia. If you win 2 out of 3 of those, you could, by all means, find yourself in second place here in the West Division. And then if the season ended that day, then you're playing in August. That will be strike 3 as a nice changeup there on the outside corner by Brandon Riley. He'll pick up his first strikeout here in his outing. Bryce Mortellaro due up now, the catcher from Ranger College, with Daniel Burraway from Alvin Community College due up next. That one fouled to the backstop. Burraways, I believe, are still here in Batavia, here for the rest of the homestand. So then they will be traveling back to Texas. A whole lot of Florida and Texas boys on this team. That one inside and low, but strike is called to Mortellaro. That one way outside, trying to get a swing and miss there is Riley. Count 1-2 now. So Batavia is still trying to get their first run on the scoreboard, as well as their first hit in the first inning. Both Marcus and Blair Frederick were beamed by Riley. Seen his location be a little bit off on pitches, and that might catch up to him if that continues throughout tonight's ballgame. The 1-2, that one also misses. Slider low and away. Again, on the season, some pretty decent stats from Riley from Central Connecticut. And on this Geneva team, not a whole lot of Division I talent, but they've seen multiple times that this is a very talented team, and there are 2 fastballs in that at-bat, just running inside, and you can tell Mortellaro frustrated with those calls. Just nothing you can do about it. So back-to-back strikeouts looking by Reinhardt and Mortellaro. If you're the coaching staff, that's definitely something that you would not like to see. Something that you would want to see, though, is this guy right here, Daniel Burraway, to get going a little bit, as Joe Martinez has been working with Burraway a lot to fix some aspects in his swing, keep those hands back, and just drive through the baseball. No more of these weak fly balls that were being hit. The biggest thing Martinez told me about Burraway is he knows, these things that he has to do. He just sometimes still finds himself going back to those old ways and, not changing the things that he's been told that he has to fix. That one outside, he'll try to just put the bat on it. Ben Griffin going out towards the wall, and he will come down and actually make the catch. That one was way over there. So 1, 2, 3. As Batavia goes down in order there. Back-to-back strikeouts looking, and then a foul catch out there near the end of Geneva's dugout. So 2 innings are now in the books. Slowly making his way out there is George Osborne, and we will be back here with the top of the 3rd inning shortly here at Dwyer Stadium on YouTube Live. So as we get things underway here in the 3rd inning, it'll be the leadoff hitter Philip Bernstein for Geneva. And hopefully you guys are enjoying a little bit of music in the half innings. Probably much better than, the dead silence, as that one is in the dirt for a ball. Also plan on doing my ad reads through there in the half innings. Just have to record them, and this equipment has been in the mail since, I believe, June 14th or 15th, and finally got to me. The 1-1, that one will be a strike, as Bernstein did cross the plane there. But again, with me just getting this stuff, tooling around with it, with our official scorekeeper, Spencer Graff, who is much more into technology and tech savvy compared to me. So he was teaching me how to use it, and there are definitely some other features that I will be utilizing, as I also have a second one of these mics, so try to guest star some people as well here on the broadcast in the final month of the season. And I do feel sorry for you guys that I wasn't able to give you this type of content and my broadcast throughout the year, but hey, better late than never. So Bernstein did strike out in his first trip. Geneva 2 runs on the scoreboard off 3 hits. Those 2 runs were back in the first inning. That one, they will check swing. He does go. So Bernstein strikes out 2 times to George Osborne here already in this one. As coming into the day, Bernstein, 312 average. That's going to be dropping with swings like that. And look a little silly there. So here is now Brady Slinger, and his first ball that he sees. That one's down the line, and a strong throw by Daniel Burroway, and he will be safe. Nice throw by Burroway out there in left field, as this was Brandon Meyer's spot, but due to him being dehydrated and the other middle infielder, Brady Slinger, coming into this one, as we've seen him do well against the Muckdogs in the first few appearances. He's going into his senior year at Hamilton College. There's a big double there. So now 4 hits for the Red Wings. That one's in there for a strike. Myers, after getting a hit in his first trip, and same output for Slinger there. That pitch after the strike to start off the count to Ben Griffin is a ball. So 1-1 count here. That one hit hard out towards Marcus and right. Getting ready to tag, as that one, Marcus was, I think, a little weary of the fence there for the bullpen. Did not come down with that. So Osborne already with 5 strikeouts, a lot of them coming against left-handed hitters, and the majority of those lefties are at the bottom of the order for Geneva. So in the stretch is Osborne with a man on second. The pitch to him, that one swung on and hit foul out towards Geneva's manager. That's the third base coach, Tom James. So Osborne again in a 1-2 count. The pitch home. That one check swung, and he'll get rung out there, as Osborne now with 6 strikeouts on the outing. Doing a great job limiting the walks, too. That's something that, with him coming into the day, had 24 strikeouts. Now that's already increased to 30, but he did have 19 walks, and that's something that, yes, he does have a positive ratio, but you would like to see a smaller walk total if you're Osborne and the Muckdog coaching staff. Doesn't mean that he is not extremely effective, as he is an absolute dog on the mound, an extremely dedicated pitcher. He'll give it everything he has when he's out there for Batavia. That one blocked in front. Nice block there by Mortellaro. So it's a 2-0 count. The 2-0 now. That one backdoor slider in there for a strike. Here against Ben Griffin. Griffin was just retired. Now Mike Borelli. He was actually the first man to put a run on the scoreboard, as that one hit softly and foul. Today's early start, still trying to get my book all situated, as with every game I do keep a running book, and there is another impressive inning for, as I do believe that I lost you guys there for a minute on the stream. George Osborne did pick up another strikeout there, as that will bring his daily total already to 7 here in this one, striking out the side yet again, while allowing in back-to-back innings a double will not come back and harm him. So we will go down into the bottom half of the 3rd inning here on YouTube Live, and we will be back here in just a second. But before I go, I'd like to thank one of our sponsors, Batavia Downs Gaming. Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel is the area's premier entertainment destination with great restaurants, events, and on-site hotel. They also host the hottest concerts this summer with the Rockin' the Downs Summer Concert Series each Friday night. Be sure to check them out and get tickets at BataviaConcerts.com. And with the middle of the 3rd inning over with, we are ready to go. As the bottom half of the lineup, Ethan Fresca, Michael Florides, and Spencer Marcus will be up here for Batavia. Ethan Fresca, even though those stats have not counted for him in the past few games with the exhibition matchups, he's been very impressive towards the bottom half of the lineup. He's got that little rocket in the signs from Skip Martinez. That one misses high. I just realized for you guys the camera is a little bit off center, so I want to change that for you real quick. That should be better for you. So the 1-0 count now here to Ethan Fresca. That one misses high. 2-0 now to the University of South Carolina Union middle infielder. That one inside, but called for a strike, as our home plate umpire has been giving calls both ways to both teams on the inside and outside corners. That one almost thought about getting another strike call there, but we'll give it a ball. So Frasca trying to start things up. He's had a lot of leadoff extra base hits in the past few days for Batavia. And a leadoff triple, leadoff double. He's been doing a great job here for the Muckdogs. Really starting to come into his own, because this entire time we knew he was this caliber of hitter. We just had to have a few hits go his way and get that confidence back. Here's the payoff pitch from Riley. That one upstairs is the leadoff walk from Fresca. Anyway on. That's that team mentality right there. So 2-0 is still your score, and these two are a dynamic duo at the bottom of the lineup for Batavia. Well, now I do have a little bit of say in the Muckdog lineup, and earlier today, Coach gave me two options, and I said, well, if I'm going to be honest, I like this one more due to the fact that Fresca and Florides are back-to-back at 9 and 10, because we've seen both of them have great on-base percentages with hits and, again, walks like that by Fresca. And Florides has been almost a guarantee to hit Fresca home. So let's see what Florides can do here. Quickly in an 0-2 hole after 2 swings and misses there. Big lead for Ethan Fresca at first base. That one put into play, out to Riley. Riley will throw it over to second for 1, and they try to get the out at first as well, but in time will be Michael Florides. So it's a fielder's choice for the first out.
Back to the top of the lineup for your Muckdogs and right fielder number 29, Spencer Marcus.
So a low throw, but a nice play made there by Dalton Cody to get the first out. Again, Spencer Marcus, already 32 hits. For a long time, he was leading the PGCBL in hits. 19 RBIs. Picked up his 9th hit by pitch earlier in the first inning. As he is a guy that I wouldn't say crowds the plate, but definitely prefers to be right at the edge of the batter's box. Big swing and miss there. So the count is 0-1, 1 out with a man on here at Dwyer Stadium. The final night of this USA homestand, but that doesn't mean that your Muckdogs will be gone for long, as they'll be back here on Thursday. That one hit out to right field. Chasing after it is Nick Forney towards the wall, and he will make the catch. So that will make it 2 down in the inning as Marcus is retired.
First baseman number 21, Andrew Benitez.
Here's Benitez as he grounded into a fielder's choice, a 3 unassisted in his first trip as Ben Griffin caught that one and just stepped on the first base bag. So here is Benitez. I'll try to keep Florides close over there at first base. Batavia again still does not have a hit here in this one. A few guys have reached on walks as well as fielder's choice as well. That one big cut by Abner in the first pitch of this AB. So Osborne letting up 2 runs in the first. It's been very effective in the 2 innings since. That one hit hard out towards the shortstop, Dalton Cody. And Cody, I don't know if he just didn't squeeze it hard enough, but that one just plopped out of his glove. So Abner will reach on the E6. So 2 men are on. You definitely will take it if you're Batavia, because now Cam Connolly, with his family here in attendance still, his parents sitting out there in the front row. They'd be very excited if Cam could put the first runs on the scoreboard here for Batavia. First pitch to him. That one misses outside. And I'm glad that you guys are thinking that it sounds good. That's music to my ears. So the 1-0. That one misses inside. So 2-0 here. A great opportunity for Cam Connolly to get a pitch that he can drive into the outfield and bring in Florides at second base. Here's Riley now. With the pitch home, that one fastball outside. And now the count rises to 3-0 with on deck Blair Frederick. Coming home with the pitch now, the 3-0. That one also, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That one was down in the dirt. And Connolly will get back in there. So 2 men on. It's a pitch from Riley after the generous strike call. And now it'll be a full count. And those are always the worst feelings if you're up there at the plate. You get a 3-0, you think you just got walked, and just like that, after a foul ball, it's already up to a full count. Those were always the times when I was in the batter's box where I tried not to think too much, but in those situations, you're obviously a little upset. Now we'll have the payoff pitch from Riley to Connolly. That one swung on and hit out into the gap. So ball doesn't lie there, as this is going to be even better than the walk on 4 pitches. Getting waved around now is Abner Benitez, and there will be a stand-up triple now for Cam Connolly to knot this one up at 2-2. Getting the first hit for Batavia in this one is Connolly. We've seen him have a few extra base hits this year. That will be his 3rd triple already this season, and bringing his hit total up to 17 with 9 total RBIs. That's why he's in the 3-hole now. As you have guys in front of him like Benitez and Marcus and even Florides for that matter. He's the last guy in the order because he can get on base. The double leadoff, that is a true thing. And a big hit into the opposite field gap there by Cam Connolly. There's that first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Frederick was hit by a pitch in his first trip. And they're going to appeal that one. He did not go. After the 2 RBI triple, this game is knotted up at 2. So the 1-1 outside corner, and I think if you're a catcher here in this one, if you stick anything towards the outer half of the plate, you keep it there, chances are you're going to get that strike call. So 1-2 count now to Frederick. He'll get lower in his crouch. Try to clutch up here. That one swung on and hit towards the first row, and my mom's sitting in the first row. She might have forgot that the netting was there. So here is the 2-2 yet again to Blair Frederick. The pitch, that one swung on and hit into center field. That one's looping and diving and making a very impressive catch there is Bernstein. We've seen a lot of great catches by the opposing team against Batavia. So that would have taken the lead if that one dropped, as Connolly would have easily scored. However, Batavia does put 2 runs on the scoreboard off the bat of Cam Connolly on that stand-up triple. We'll be back here with 3 innings complete in the top of the 4th inning as George Osborne still trying to build on this very impressive start. So we are back here with Batavia Muckdog baseball coverage here on YouTube Live. And first man up will be Jackson DeJean leading things off, as this has been a very tight game. And tying it up after the triple by Cam Connolly. There was a interesting strike call in the dirt to him on a 3-0 count that would have walked him, but we're thankful for that strike call, because if that didn't happen, Connolly wouldn't have had the RBI triple there. 2 RBI triple, I should mention. So with the game now tied back up, opportunity for Osborne to keep Geneva stuck at 2 yet again, with the offense starting to gain some rhythm again. The 2-1, outside corner in there for a strike. So again, very generous with the strike calls to the outer half, but at least it's consistent for both teams. That's something that I can get behind. It's always tough when it's just one team and not the other. 2-2, that one just a little bit too outside. So here is Osborne now. He finds himself in a full count to the leadoff man, DeJean. DeJean will be sent packing after a big swing and miss there on the curveball. Already with 7 strikeouts here. Already 8 strikeouts. So I forgot that he had the first one to lead things off against Philip Bernstein. So 8 strikeouts already for Osborne, as the southpaw, now starter for Batavia, has been vital to this pitching staff. Again, coming into this game with a 1.58 ERA, 17 innings pitched, had 24 strikeouts. Well, you can make that 32 now. Only so far he has no walks, so for a guy that has put a lot of people on base due to the free pass, that's a great sight to see that he's continuing to strike batters out at this impressive clip, but limiting the walks, as that one is chopped over the head of Osborne, trying to make a spectacular throw, and the foot of Abner Benitez came off the bag as the spin throw by Charlie Ciccone. Wow, that would have been a SportsCenter top 10 play right there. As I'm personally going to say, I think that should be a hit. That's a very tough play to make. I don't believe that you could say that would be an error on Ciccone. That is not a routine play by any means. That one bounces, and nice stop by Mortellaro. The pitch now from Osborne. That one hit softly into shallow center field. Coming in on it is Blair Frederick, and Frederick will get the second out of the inning. So after Latham gets the chopper up the middle for a base knock, he responds by making Forney, who did have a double already in this one, fly out to center field. Dathan Cody with a big swing and a miss there. Sword-type swing by Cody. Again, Cody did strike out looking. It was a long at-bat, 3-2 count, and one of his best curveballs of the day just froze Cody. That one just misses the outside corner, and smiling at that call was Osborne. So 1-1 count to the Colby College middle infielder. Gordon College. Colby College is the next man up, Noah Reichman. So we'll have a 1-2 one more time. Here's Osborne, and another swing and miss is George Osborne. 9 strikeouts here in this one, putting together a very impressive performance. He knows what's at stake for the Muckdogs here in this one, and he is doing everything he can for Batavia. With that being said, here in the middle of the 4th inning, we'll thank Ficarella's Pizza. Ficarella's of Batavia is where you can get your fix to satisfy your cravings for piping hot pizza, sumptuous subs, and mouth-watering wings. Every Friday, enjoy Ficarella's fabulous fish fry. Don't forget the fixed plate, fat wraps, and all your favorite pasta dishes. And they have blueberry and raspberry barbecue sauce that tastes great on wings. So when you have that craving for delicious food, get your fix at Ficarella's Pizza on Liberty Street in Batavia. So Charlie Ciccone will be the first man to get things started here in the bottom of the 4th inning for your Muckdogs. Ciccone in his first at-bat grounded out to Dalton Cody, the now shortstop for Geneva. Again, Charlie Ciccone coming into this game hitting .280. Try to get a bunt down. That one hit into the air and will be caught on a 1-hop out there towards the Muckdog dugout. And I know, Mr. Ciccone, that would have been a great play made by Charlie there. And unfortunately, Abner, maybe if Burroway was there just a few inches taller, that would have been an easier catch for him. So now the 0-2. And the 0-2 misses high for Charlie Ciccone there. Charlie again from Wisconsin Stout getting a lot of looks here in this upcoming MLB draft that will be occurring earlier next week. And that one way outside. But again, that's been called all night. So if you're Batavia, you kind of have to expect it and be ready for it as well. Again, many other games, you know internally that that's, not a strike, but just can't continue to have backwards Ks at this rate that they are experiencing them right now. At least Geneva, even though they're striking a lot to George Osborne. However, a lot less backwards Ks, only 2 compared to Batavia's 3 just 3. So the count 1-1 here to Reinhardt, the Akron Zip, third baseman. That one dropped in there, but just misses a little inside. So now on the 2-1. Pitch from Riley. That one hit, but out of play. 2-2 count now to Jerry Reinhardt, rocking the Jordan cleats today with the tweener pants. Fashionable look. The 2-2 fouled off again. Me and Jerry played a quick round of golf earlier in the day today and talking about the game. He said he felt pretty good. His golf game was looking good as well, so let's see what he can do with the bat. 2-2 one more time. That one swung on and hit into right field. That one will drop for a base hit. So, continues to impress Jerry Reinhardt, the hometown kid. Mortellaro, a guy that struck out looking in his first trip. Also trying to change that just like how Reinhardt did. A little better at bat. As the sun's starting to set here, lights have been turned on at Dwyer Stadium. 2-2 is your score here in the bottom of the fourth. That one swung on and hit high out to the Geneva left fielder, Corson Hastings, and Corson will come down with that one. So first pitch swinging there is Bryce Mortellaro, and he will fly out. So Burraway, he flew out into foul ground over on the first base line to Ben Griffin. Griffin, again, leading Geneva in a lot of offensive categories. Listed as a catcher, but playing a whole lot of first base. A sophomore from UC Davis, one of the very few Division I talents on this Geneva team. That slider catches the outside corner. So here's Burraway. That one bounces to the plate. On this homestand, the first game that actually did count against the Niagara Power, that was a win for Batavia, 4-0, where they just dominated in every facet of that one. On the mound, with the bats, in the field. Very clean game with a lot of great catches. That brings their home record to now 5-8. Their road record still sits at 7-6. That one, jam shot, pop fly in the infield. Thomas Latham's calling off the rest of the infield, and he will come down with that one. So Jerry Reinhardt gets the second hit of the day for the Dogs, but nothing that he can do as he is stranded on first base. And George Osborne strolling back out there as he's looking for double-digit strikeouts here in this one, as their game is still knotted up here 2-2, and a game that will have on the line sole possession of third place in the West Division. We'll be back here shortly here on YouTube Live. And here in the fifth inning now, as again, playing some new music in the half innings. If you guys have any requests or something that you'd rather listen to, I am more than willing to listen to you guys. As whatever I could do to make this broadcast more enjoyable, I'd love to do that for you. And Our PA announcer, Paul Spiata, mentioning Beethoven. Well, maybe we won't go to that extreme. Might get copyrighted for that as well. So Osborne, the 1-1, and did send Reichman back to the dugout after striking him out in his first trip. As back in the second inning, Forney had that leadoff double, and it looks like, Geneva was going to add to that lead, but Cody, Reichman, and Hastings, 8, 9, and 10 in the Red Wing lineup, all went down via the strikeout. So the 1-2, that one put into play softly over to Jerry Reinhart. He's going to glove that one, off-balance throw, and this time keeping his foot on the bag is Abner Benitez, as that throw did kind of take him a little bit off first base, but keeping his balance was Benitez, and they will have the first out here. So after out number one, Corson Hastings due up here. 226 hitter. First pitch is in there for a strike. Hastings, a sophomore at Moravian College. That one swung on, hit softly, rolled over. Benitez will glove that, and covering first base. Doing a great job there, George Osborne. 2 quick outs now to the bottom 2 men in the Geneva order. A little PFP there by the new Texas Southern left-handed pitcher. And now he goes against Philip Bernstein, who, again, has struck out already twice here in this one. Bernstein from Hamilton College. Brady Slinger, a teammate with him there as well. So the 1-0, that one just is a little low. Creates a 2-0 count here. Again, a beautiful night here at Dwyer Stadium. Decent crowd. Nothing comparable to the 3,100 people that were here on Saturday night, and talking to a fan that, it doesn't seem like there's as many people here. And I had to explain to him that with those huge nights that you have, sometimes during the weekdays, you don't get that same attendance, but that's just part of the package, basically. You got to roll with the punches in that aspect. So, quick walk there to Bernstein, and trying to have some 2-out magic here are the Red Wings here in the top of the 5th. That is Osborne's first walk of the day as well. Great job limiting the free pass. Here is left-handed swinging Brady Slinger. He took a ball the opposite way for a double. And his first at-bat of the day, relieving Brandon Myers, who looked like he might have been a little dehydrated, was a little woozy out there, and our base ump had to pause the game for him. Again, Bernstein taking a pretty big lead over there. Bernstein on the season 7 stolen bases and has been caught stealing twice. The plus arm behind the plate in Mortellaro, he's caught a lot of runners stealing against him. So going, great jump there, and Benitez can't get to that one, so a little hit and run there. And having trouble bringing that one in is Spencer Marcus, and they're going to have a play at the plate, and then, and a low throw, Benitez to Mortellaro, and not being able to come up with it was Bryce. So after all that, a great jump by Bernstein at first base. He'll go from first all the way to home. And now taking the lead in this one will be Geneva. And just putting the ball in play there for the single is Slinger out of the outstretched glove of Benitez. I don't believe that I would personally give him the RBI on that. But it's also tough because he can't really give an error to anybody there. So Ben Griffin, 0 for 1. And Osborne, you can tell right here, not letting his emotions get the best to him, but you could tell that he was very frustrated with that whole occurrence right there, as they had Bernstein dead to rights out there as he went home, but a nice strong throw by Charlie Ciccone will end the inning anyway, so you can tell Osborne still a little upset. Now Batavia has, they didn't do too much to help their pitcher there, is going to have to do something with the bats, as it is a 3-2 ball game heading into the middle of the 5th inning. In the meantime, we will also thank Noah Hoy Chiropractic. This game is sponsored by Dr. Noah Hoy, the official team chiropractor of the Batavia Muckdogs, located at 184 Washington Avenue in Batavia. For an appointment, please call 585-343-9316. Tompkins Bank of Castile. Tompkins Bank of Castile is a community bank that was founded back in 1869. They now have 15 offices in 6 counties across the Western New York region. Services include complete lines of consumer deposit accounts and loans, business accounts and loans, and leasing. In addition, insurance is offered through an affiliate company, Tompkins Insurance Agencies. Wealth management, trust, and investment services provided through Tompkins Financial Advisors, as well as Eli Fish, the home of the Muckdog Ale. Riley's still out there on the mound, as it will be Ethan Fresca, Michael Florides, and Spencer Marcus. The first 3 due up for Batavia. And Ethan Fresca leading off yet again for the second time here today with another interesting walk-up song, as people up here in the press box just keep playing these jokes on Ethan Fresca. See if they have anything else in their back pocket for him up here. So Riley, who has done a great job on the mound, getting a big hack there high in the zone by Fresca. Again, if you're just joining us here on YouTube Live, I'd like to say thank you for all the support I've been getting. Hopefully now your experience is a little bit more enjoyable with some better audio, some music in between innings, and I'm going to try to do a few more fun things for you guys to make this broadcast even better. So staying alive there with the check swing was Fresca. The wind blowing out to right field. Looks like we're going to have another beautiful sunset at Dwyer Stadium. First ball of the at-bat there with a curveball that misses low. Do have a left-hander for Geneva, just getting up, or excuse me, it is a right-hander. He was turned around the opposite way. And foul tip there for Ethan Fresca, getting his first strikeout since last inning with Charlie Ciccone is Patrick Reed. Riley, excuse me, Patrick Reed. He's a golfer. Florides now trying to pick up where he started in his last trip. That one hit out towards right fielder Nick Forney, and coming on to try to make the catch. That's going to be a fair ball, and that one bounces out of play, so it's going to be a ground rule double, as that one bounced down the line out there in right. Forney could not make the catch, and with that spin going towards the foul line, actually bounced in fair play and bounced into the Geneva bullpen. So another double here for Florides. He stays red hot at the plate as the Felician middle infielder with that one gets his 10th hit, but also his second double on the season. Did have a few in those exhibition games, but again, those games don't count towards your stats, unfortunately. For some guys, that's unfortunate, and other ones, they're happy about it. And Marcus, that one high, his first pitch in his third trip to the plate so far today. So Batavia now with their third hit as Florides, Conley, and Jerry Reinhart are responsible for their hits and trying to move the runner along here. Spencer Marcus put that one on the ground, and Brady Slinger will make the play, but in the meantime, Michael Florides advances 90 feet.
First baseman number 21, Andrew Benitez.
So you can tell Benitez still getting used to things over there at first base. Again, that's not his primary position. Something that he's always excelled in is with the bat. He is an excellent hitter. He's went through some peaks and valleys this year, but overall has been one of the most reliable hitters for Batavia. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, Muckdogs now down one, trying to get that run back. That one, again, outside. And I really do believe if with this home plate umpire, if you're sticking that ball out there and if you keep it there for an extra few seconds, he's just going to give you the call. And they're going to try to go outside yet again. That one. And that's the right mentality if you're Benitez. That ball was in the exact same location. It's just so far out that, you can't really put wood on it. But they will strand Florides at third base. And in the meantime, the Graham Corporation Kids Run will take place. We will be back here as the fifth inning is now complete. George Osborne still on the bump with Tyler Prospero, the next Batavia arm to come in here today. Osborne getting warmed up. We'll see how much longer he will last. And Eric Mozicki talking to our home plate umpire. We'll be back here on YouTube Live in just a few seconds. So as Osborne's ready to go now, he will face Mike Borelli, the cleanup hitter for the Geneva Red Wings that are up in this game so far, 3-2. Actually have a nice little breeze here. Nice cotton candy sky out there in left center field. As the sun continues to set, it looks like it's going to be a great night. Borelli does have an RBI single. And he'll take ball one to start things off here in the sixth inning. The 1-0, that one big swing and a miss by the St. Asylum College catcher. Dijon from St. Bonaventure University, teammate of Brandon Myers, who is not in the game anymore, but has been an everyday starter for Geneva. think Forney attends Iona College, so a few other Division I schools. A whole lot of D3. That one hit over to Charlie Ciccone. He's going to catch that one on the fly. And Ciccone will have the first out here in the 6th.
Catcher number 30, Jackson DeJohn.
Now, again, here's DeJohn. Back-to-back catchers in the lineup. Borelli being the DH in tonight's contest. That one is hit softly, and almost losing his footing there is Osborne, but he's hyped up as he just released a cannon right there. That's a tough play for a lefty pitcher to make, and that was a very impressive play as Osborne came off the mound and threw an absolute missile over to Benitez on the money at first base. So a quick 2 outs. I would be surprised if Martinez wants to pull him here. As again, Tyler Prospero, he looks like he's still warming up here, so I don't know if they're just trying to buy some more time for Tyler to maybe come into the 7th inning. However, we do see this a lot with in the middle of the innings, Martinez just coming down, talking to his pitcher and just making sure that he's still calm, cool, collected, that his arm's feeling okay as well. So that was a quick visit from Joe Martinez. Prospero still getting warmed up by Trey Skidmore. And it will be Thomas Latham here. Latham again from Holy Cross. He is 1 for 2. Fanning on the first pitch he sees. And after this end of the half inning, I will give you the out-of-town scoreboard here in the PGCBL on this Tuesday night. Another strike there. So filling up the strike zone after the mound visit is Osborne. He takes a quick second. He's back on the mound. It's almost twitchy up there. It just shows so much emotion as he gets the swinging strike 3, and Mortolaro will throw it over to first base, and that will be strikeout number 10 for George Osborne, as he had a very impressive outing, and I can guarantee he's going to tell Skip Martinez, I want another inning here in this one. But in the meantime, Batavia's got to put a few more hits on the scoreboard. So with that being said, I will give you the out-of-town scoreboard. The Saugerties Stallions out in the East Division, 4-3 against the Glens Falls Dragons. The Auburn Doubledays are up 8-1 against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs here in the 7th inning. Another game not in the Muckdogs division. The Albany Dutchmen are up 6-3 against the Amsterdam Mohawks. That's good for Batavia, as they would really like to have the best record with the Jamestown Tarpskunks in their division. The Newark Pilots, however, are up early in the 7th inning, 1-0 against Jamestown. So the Pilots trying to get a good game tonight. The Elmira Pioneers game against the Oneonta Outlaws was canceled earlier in the day due to field conditions. So getting the night off was the the Niagara Power, as Batavia will be playing them tomorrow. So that is your out-of-town scoreboard. And still out there on the mound is Patrick Reed, the Central Connecticut University starter. He seems ready to go, but we will also like to thank Batavia Downs Gaming. Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel features great restaurants, including the Burning Barrel Barbecue, Fortune's Italian Steakhouse in Labatt Blue Zone at 34 Rush. It's food and fun, just how you want it done. And it's time for Cam Connolly, the guy that is responsible for the 2 runs on the scoreboard for your Muckdogs. Big hack there. And Melissa, we do miss you at the stadium as well. It was a fantastic weekend that, I'll never forget. That game on Saturday, July 3rd, will forever be my favorite game here at this stadium. You know, opening night was extremely special. Seeing that many people here in the stadium, growing up here in Batavia, that was a sight to see. But you know, having all the guys just so happy to have, you know, some family members in attendance, and the check swing, they do appeal down to first base, and they do say that Connolly did go. But just having, you know, all those family members here and some of them still here in attendance, it's just been great to see, for them to, you know, see what Batavia's all about. That one will be safe as the chopper was hit over the head of Riley. And a nice attempt there for Dalton Cody. However, that will be an infield single for Cam Connolly, his second hit here today. So Blair Frederick now in the bottom of the sixth inning. He's 0 for 1 after being hit by a pitch and then lining out to the center fielder, Philip Bernstein, that made a great sliding catch. As if that ball, you know, if that hit the green grass, could be looking at a 3-3 game, or Batavia could have kept things going with 2 outs in the third inning. Both of these guys have been getting on base a lot in recent memory here during this homestand. Riley with the pitch home. That one, you can tell he didn't have the handle on it right as it left his hand. So leadoff infield single for Cam Connolly. We'll now bring up Blair Frederick, Charlie Ciccone, and Jerry Reinhardt, the meat of this Batavia lineup. Blair Frederick with that one. He check swings, and that one gets out of play in a hurry. Blair Frederick with a whole lot of pop. With the wind blowing out towards right field, well, you never know. He'll try to put a bunt down there, as that was an interesting call there. Very aggressive by Joe Martinez, as, again, you should have confidence with Blair Frederick up at the dish. I know you want to try to put the runner in motion with nobody out, down 1, but that might not be the guy that you want to have bunt in that situation, as now he finds himself in a 2-2 count. We've seen Riley be almost dominant in 2 strike counts. The only other hit that comes to mind with 2 strikes was the Cam Connolly knock. That one hit high, and calling off the rest of the infield will be Brady Slinger. That ball was hit extremely high as it finally comes down. So Blair Frederick will fly out to Slinger at second base. And Charlie Ciccone still looking for his first hit here tonight. Grounding out and striking out. It's been a fan favorite here with the Muckdogs, just for the style of play that, you know, he uses day in and day out. He's a grinder. He's always tries to be the first player at the field. I feel like it's every day in our group chat. You know, we ask Eric when the clubhouse is going to be open. And more times than not, you can bet that Charlie's here getting some extra work in, staying late after games, getting some extra swings in the cage. One misses outside. So Geneva sitting at 13 and 15. Batavia at 12 and 14. Both 7 games back of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, who have the second best record in the PGCBL. The 1-1. That one swung on and hit out to right field. That one had some pretty good contact on it, but able to snag that one is Nick Forney. It's really just been weird. The ball used to really travel here at Dwyer Stadium. Just haven't seen that so far this season. I've seen some absolute moonshots out to right field. You can faintly see, a building in the back. If I kind of tilt, you can see, a basketball court. I've seen balls hit, in that basketball court 400, 450 feet. There's a legend of former National League MVP Ryan Howard that he hit a ball all the way in the Batavia School parking lot. That's about 550 feet away. And first pitch swinging there is Jerry Reinhart, inside outing a fastball, and he will be retired. So, again, Batavia getting runners on, just not able to move them as the score will stay at 3-2 heading into the seventh. And they will talk about the teacher of the game, Aaron Brown at Pembroke Intermediate School. Tony Brewington talking to Jerry Reinhart a little bit as George Osborne's day will be done. He got that big final out as it'll be Tyler Prospero's turn now, the Batavia, New York native and Niagara Purple Eagle that's been also one of the most reliable guys out of this Muckdog pen. We'll give him some time to warm up, and we will be back here shortly here on YouTube Live. And Tyler Prospero appears to be ready to go. So we'll hand over the ball to the Muckdog right-hander. First pitch on the slurve will have a strike. So far on the 2021 season, Tyler Prospero, 1 start, 6 appearances, 17 innings pitched, 15 hits allowed, 8 earned runs, 19 strikeouts compared to just 5 walks. With a 4.2 ERA. He's also been having some teams look at him as well. Big swing and miss there. That ball was way outside, but Forney expands the zone. Now, the first batter face here for Prospero, he has a 1-2 count. So here is T-Pop. That pitch hit into play out to Michael Florides. He catches that one on a bounce and has his first out of the outing. Facing Forney, Cody, and Noah Reichman. 7, 8, and 9 in this order, and already has retired Forney. Again, you would imagine with Prospero being one of the best relievers for Batavia that his ERA would be a little bit lower, and a lot of that is accredited to, he's came into some pretty bad situations in Elmira. He's came in with bases loaded. Came in for Andrew Parr after he had a blow-up start here against the Pios at home a few weeks ago. And in less than ideal scenarios, he's been thrown to the Wolves. And some other times he's been screwed with some bad calls as Cody knew that one was going to be strike 3. He was walking to the dugout before that was even in Mortallaro's glove. So with the second out there, Prospero picks up his 20th K on the year. As very quick outs there for Tyler Prospero. So he wants to have things ready to go here for the 7th inning stretch. He'll face Noah Reichman now. First pitch to Reichman, outside corner, called for a strike, regardless of the check swing. Prospero shakes off a sign. He'll deliver home. Another slurve swung on in the dirt. And Prospero, he's in a groove right now. This is the same groove that I saw him in a few weeks ago at Colburn Park in Newark when in 2 innings he just struck out everybody. 6 strikeouts in 2 innings. And the 0-2, guess what? There's another strikeout for Tyler Prospero. He hypes himself up, him and Bryce Mortellaro. Hyped up in there, and now again with the pitchers doing their thing on the bump, it's time for the Batavia Bats to wake up a little bit as we will head into the 7th inning stretch. And here we go as Batavia will now have Bryce Mortellaro, Daniel Burraway, and Ethan Fresca due up here at the end of the 7th inning stretch. You're watching Batavia Muckdog Baseball here on YouTube Live. So Bryce Mortellaro with a quick talk to Skip Martinez before stepping up to the dish. Tony Brewington on a light jog out there to first base. And Mortellaro looking for his first hit in tonight's game. Batavia's pitchers have done a great job. Prospero coming in, doing his thing. Another first pitch swinging there. And Thomas Latham on the backhand with a strong throw to retire the catcher from Ranger College. So it's going to be Mitch Fleming. Mitch Fleming coming in for Daniel Burraway. So I don't think that Skip Martinez was happy with Burraway's first 2 pop-up at-bats. So it's going to be Fleming here. As Mitch first pitch that he sees. That is a big swing and miss from the catcher slash first baseman from Montevallo University in Georgia. Georgia boy. And there's the 0-1. That one hit high out to center field. And Burstein will come down with that one as well. So 2 quick outs now for Riley as he just continues to do his thing for Geneva, putting them in a great position to be in the victory column. So Ethan Fresca is still staying in this game. Fresca is struck out and is also walked. So that one misses low. Do believe it'll still be Tyler Prospero's ball game as George Osborne, you see him, he just got changed, put on his BP pullover, and a great start for him. That one Oof. That's a rough one. That is a rough one. So we have a 1-1 now to Fresca. Number 9 man in the Batavia lineup. That one fouled away. So good approach here. He knows that he has to protect that outside corner, and Riley's been getting those calls all night long. So we'll try a 1-2 now. And Fresca trying to clutch up here. The pitch from Riley coming home, and I think that might have been a little makeup call because that one was much closer to the dish than the previous one. So with the count 2-2 here. That one swung and hit over to Cody. Cody will glove that one, a strong throw. And Riley screaming at himself, let's go. As Geneva still up in this one, 3-2. Going into the 8th inning. As we will see, believe it's going to be Trey Bacon on the mound for Batavia. Tyler Prospero did pitch a few nights ago against the Niagara Power, so maybe they didn't want to stretch him too much. And with this being a big game, didn't want him to go more than an inning of work. So Trey Bacon, who only went 1 inning yesterday, will now be handed the ball. So the Tallahassee Community College right-hander / middle infielder will be given the ball here in the 8th inning for Batavia.
Yo.
So with Trey Bacon still getting warmed up, I'll tell you a little bit more about Geneva. As Geneva so far this season, again, 13-15. They've had a lot of series against the Auburn Double Days. Just split a doubleheader with them as they won the first game yesterday, 5-3, but then lost the second one, 11-2. Also lost to the Jamestown Tarp Skunks on the 4th of July, 5-1. And before that, they were just beating up on the Double Days, regaining a lot of those victories as they were hovering around 500 for a long time now. Got out to a red-hot start, and since then have cooled off a bit. The first pitch from Trey Bacon is in there for strike one. He's facing off against the number 10 man, Corson Hastings, here in the top of the 8th inning. Hastings 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to Jerry Reinhardt. So Trey Bacon on the mound, 5 appearances, 11 1/3. So that one got away from him. 11 1/3 innings pitched, 13 hits allowed, 6 earned runs, 14 strikeouts compared to 9 walks for a 4.7 ERA. Getting that strike call, even up at 2 apiece. So Trey Bacon again pitched 1 inning yesterday. If that game was actually a real game, then he would have been accredited the loss, as the final score against the Syracuse Saltcats was 1-0 in just a 7-inning exhibition game. So Count now is 3-2 to Hastings, and blowing that fastball by him is Trey Bacon. That'll be Hastings' second strikeout of the night. So now they'll flip it back to the top of the Red Wing lineup. Philip Bernstein. Bernstein and Slinger have both done their thing. Slinger has 2 hits, as he wasn't even starting this game originally. Charleston County stays down on that ground ball, takes a step and unloads, and Mitch Fleming, who's now at first base, will nab that one for out number 2.
Second baseman, number 27, Brady Slinger.
So here is Brady Slinger, the guy that I was alluding to that already has 2 hits here tonight. And also just a quick defensive substitution. Now playing first base will be Mitch Fleming, and going out to left field will be Abner Benitez, as Daniel Burraway was taken out in the last inning after Mitch Fleming was the pinch hitter for him. 2-0 count. As Bacon delivers home, big swing and a miss by Slinger, as he's just kind of been a contact machine for Geneva. Hitting .304, 24 hits, 13 runs scored, and 13 RBIs. And guess what? That one is going to get down. I thought that Marcus came down with it, and Slinger with the wheels is trying to go for third, and a strong throw. And that one also will not be there in time on a 1-hop, as Reinhardt couldn't get there. So 3 hits on the day for Brady Slinger. Wasn't even supposed to start this one. It just came into the game after Myers was dehydrated. Marcus almost came down with that catch in the gap near the Skyworks sign, and Charles County with a strong throw on the relay. But Brady Slinger now just a home run away from the cycle. Ben Griffin now, as he has scored a run here today back in the first inning. As here is Ben Griffin. Getting set is Trey Bacon. Trying to make sure that they don't put another run on the scoreboard, as this Muckdog offense it's just not been their night. Back-to-back nights. They just have 2 runs on the scoreboard, and fanning on that one is Griffin. Top of the 8th inning, trying to strand this runner on third base. It's Ben Griffin coming into the day, .333 average. That one comes home, and that one's going to be strike 3, as walking that one off, helping the call, was Bryce Mortellaro. So your score is still 3-2. As Trey Bacon gets out of that little jam with 2 outs. As going onto the mound will still be Patrick Riley. They're running low on arms and might as well ride Riley on his very impressive night. So here in the middle half of the 8th inning, we will take a break as Michael Florides, Spencer Marcus, and Abner Benitez will be the first 3 up for your Muckdogs. They find themselves still down 1 run here in the 8th inning.
I like that. Woo! Yo.
So with Patrick Riley still on the mound, we'll go through his stats prior to tonight's performance, as he came in with 3 starts, only 18 innings pitched, allowing 8 runs with a 4 ERA. He is doing a great job lowering that ERA here in this one. Seems like he's ready to go. It'll be Florides again, who has had success against Riley. The leadoff hitter, Spencer Marcus, following him. As we have seen the Muckdogs pitching staff do a lot better of a job keeping these games close, and now it's kind of turning into the fault for Batavia's hitters, as really wanted to see them put up runs in bunches like they did in the first few weeks of the season. First pitch swinging there is Florides. He's also swinging a new Mo bat that was sponsored and given to him by Jason Lucy. 0-1, that one low and called for a strike. And Joe Martinez says we didn't get that call last inning. Where was that? Very upset with that call. So Riley now takes a second. He'll deliver home, and that one put into right field, but it will be caught by Forney. So nice piece there by Florides. He's done a great job putting the ball in play. So Spencer Marcus now. He's hitless so far today. We actually do have a new right fielder out there in right, as it's Mike Piero, a senior from St. Asylum, same school as Mike Borelli. Not sure if Forney will now be the extra hitter or DH for Borelli. We'll stand by on that. That one smoked into left center field, and not being able to get after that is Bernstein. So now not hitless anymore is Spencer Marcus. That'll be Batavia's 4th hit here tonight. So about time that these Muckdog bats start to get things going. And it looks like Riley's day will be coming to a close, but very impressive stuff from the right-hander from Central Connecticut. As Patrick Riley's final line will be 7 1/3 innings pitched, allowing just 4 hits, 2 runs. Only one of them was earned, and striking out. Let me do some quick tallying here. 3, 4, 5. I'm seeing 5 strikeouts on the day for Riley, and I'll make sure in just a little bit, as we do have a new pitcher here for the Red Wings. It's going to be the right-hander, number 31, Jack Pletter from Connecticut, a junior at Colby College. So as Pletter gets warm, I'll put some more music for you guys to listen to, and we'll let him get going here, as there is 1 out, 1 man on here in the bottom of the 8th inning, with Batavia down 3-2.
I like that.
And we are back here as Pletter is ready to go, and so is Abner Benitez with one man on. And one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Riley did have a great day. And now with him out of the game, hopefully more hits to come as Pletter so far this year, 5 appearances, 2 starts, 14 2/3 pitched, 14 earned runs for a 8.59 ERA. That one is hit softly out there towards third baseman Thomas Latham, and Latham will make the catch. He's kind of fanning at that one, was Benitez.
The extra hitter, number 15, Cameron Conley.
So Cam Connolly up in a big spot yet again. His family sitting in the front row. Might be the lucky spots as they haven't sat there the past few days. That one is outside. And with Spencer Marcus taking his lead, he's always a threat on the base paths. Already has 7 stolen bases on the year and had one last night. Big cut there by the Pepperdine Wave. I do think they have one of the coolest names in the country. One point was going to go to Georgetown, was going to go to Army, and with both of those programs getting new head coaches, that scholarship that he was intended to get, they pulled it from him. So he had a showcase out in Pennsylvania near his hometown in Philly, and he showed out and impressed. He got a scholarship offer from Pepperdine, and that's where he will be going in the fall. It's great to see how this league in general has created a opportunity for guys to go to the next level. We've seen guys like Charlie Ciccone that goes to a small D3 school as that one's hit into the outfield. Bernstein will make the catch. So trying to have a little hit and run there. Batavia can't have another run cross, so they're going to have to go into their last ups as we'll head into the top of the 9th inning now with Trey Bacon running back out there for Batavia as he did let up a triple in his first inning of work, however, got out of the jam. So we'll talk a little bit more about the opportunities that come from this league after the quick break here at Dwyer Stadium. You're watching Batavia Muckdog Baseball here on YouTube Live. So as the YMCA is being played here, Trey Bacon back on the bump for Batavia. As we do have a faint, nice, pink and purple sky here in the distance at Dwyer Stadium. It's been a great weekend, the first time this year that we've had a 4-game homestand. It's been a lot of home games and then road games, maybe 1 or 2 in a row, but haven't had a full weekend like this, especially around the 4th of July. It was just great to be home for all parties involved. And again, more with the opportunities that the PGCBL creates. It's just a chance for everybody to get noticed, regardless of know where you go to school. If you are Charlie Ciccone and you go to a smaller Division III school, or if you are Cam Connolly, a soon-to-be Division I product at a great baseball school like Pepperdine, as while I'm saying that, Trey Bacon, a Tallahassee Community College pitcher and middle infielder, gets a strikeout there to Borelli. Now it's Jackson DeJean. Because it really doesn't matter. Scouts just want talent at the end of the day. They want people that love baseball, are dedicated to the grind, and they want to see what they can do at the next level. And we've seen that Charlie's that type of player. His work ethic and drive is some of the best that I've personally ever seen. And that's really put things into perspective for me as well, because you always hear, oh, it's D1, 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 it's D1 or nothing. And the best talent doesn't just have to come from D1. Can have guys that are late bloomers or are overlooked for a multitude of reasons, but at the end of the day, if you want to go out there and play every day, these scouts will find you. It's also a great chance for guys like George Osborne that simply really wasn't happy at his last school at Elkhorn State. Didn't think that he was getting the best baseball experience at Elkhorn State. As Spencer Marcus catches that one. So he decided to bet on himself and go into the transfer portal. And early on after his first start, he did not pitch very well in that exhibition game against Mansfield. But he continued to work hard. He continued to believe in himself. And because of how dominant he's been, he got 10-plus offers at the Division I level, and he ultimately wanted to stay close to home, even though he was born in Detroit. He actually currently lives in Houston, Texas, so he wanted to stay close to home. He can commute from home in about 30 minutes from Texas Southern. And even though Texas Southern, is nowhere near Batavia, New York at all, this word got out. A.J. Winger, a other pitcher on this Muckdog team from Texas Southern, reached out to their coach. They liked what they saw, and without even seeing him in person, they gave him a big scholarship. So the 2-1, that one's chopped. Coming in on it is going to have to be Charlie Ciccone. He's going to barehand that, as it looked like there was some miscommunication between Reinhardt and Ciccone, who was going to come up with that ball. Nevertheless, that's going to be a hit for Geneva, as Thomas Latham gets his second hit of the night. Again, it's just great to see for this town to have baseball back. Talking to Joe Martinez about what the outlook is for next year, because the coaching staff is bought back in to be here in 2022. When the season comes to a close, there's already been a bunch of big-time schools that have been reaching out and wanting their freshmen and up-and-coming guys that are coming into their program to come to Batavia. They love what they've seen in building this organization their first year in summer collegiate baseball. A lot of these players also saying that they would love to come back next year as well. And I think that just shows that what's occurring here in Batavia has never been seen in this area, number one, and number two, that it's going to be sustained over a long period of time. Don't get me wrong, there are things that over time will be changed and will be addressed, but I think that this season as a whole can be written down as a large success and something that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Here's the 2-2 from Bacon. That one misses low. So after that tangent, don't really even remember how I got started on that. We have a full count here in the top of the ninth inning with one man on, and at the dish is number 18, the new right fielder, Mike Pirro. Calling that one off will be Michael Florides, and a quick inning there for Trey Bacon. Batavia's now with their last ups here in the bottom of the ninth inning, down one run. Like I've said, they've played Geneva close every single other prior matchup. if they have a walk-off here or make the game go into extra innings, they are trying to get into third place in the West Division as well as evening up the season series at 2 games apiece. Pletter's still going to be the man on the mound here in the bottom of the 9th inning for the Red Wings. And we'll be back here in just a second here on YouTube Live with more Batavia Muckdog action in the coming minutes. Pletter still getting warmed up here. Forgot to say before the break, the first 3 batters due up for Batavia here in the bottom of the 9th inning will be Blair Frederick, Charlie Ciccone, and Jerry Reinhardt. It appears that all 3 of those guys are going to be up. Let's see if Reinhardt will stay in or if they decide to go with the left-hander for him. But it's time for Blair Frederick to be the leadoff man here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Again, with Blair, he's been up in the 9th inning in a big spot before against Geneva in one of his first, it was actually his first game that he played here, as he just got here from Louisiana. And in his first game, that one is hit out to left field, and that one is going to get down. That one will drop, and now trying to go to second base. The throw will not be in time, and standing at second base is Blair Frederick. He's hyped up, and now Batavia has a man on second base with nobody out. Whatever he has to do to get on base there. Just flared one out into left center. Diving for that one was the left fielder, Hastings, and not being able to make the catch. The ball got away from him, kind of stutter-stepped when he rounded first, but he got on anyway. So the hit by Blair Frederick. Charlie Ciccone just missed that one. As Batavia on his birthday, it was July, or was it June? It was June 30th against Elmira. Did a great job and a birthday win for the Dogs. Here's the 0-1 now. That one pulls off it yet again. Trying to go after that one as Thomas Latham tries to have some room, and he will find that. As again, sorry that I can't have that angle. That was in fair play. And it seems like Batavia continues to find themselves in these scenarios where they have runners in scoring position. They just can't put the game away. Jerry Reinhardt trying to change that stigma, as we've seen some pretty crazy outlooks, bases loaded. With Blair Frederick up, he had a line drive back to Ryan Gassler, a Geneva pitcher, and got the double play to end the game. We've seen only one walk-off in, I would say, 8 or 9 attempts for them in games where it was less than 2 runs, or they've came back when it was a large deficit and made it be a 1 or 2 run ball game and just fall a little bit short. A great position here. Man on second base. Jerry Reinhardt now in an 0-1 count here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Blair Frederick at second base. He'll take his lead. Staying close over there is Brady Slinger. There is a great 12-6 curveball, and that one got the heart of the plate. Reinhardt was just looking at it. Again, if you're just tuning in here on YouTube Live, Geneva got out to a early 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Batavia responded with 2 runs of their own in the third, and then just 1 run scored in the top of the 5th inning for Geneva is the difference maker in this one so far. The bat of Reinhardt here with Reinhardt and Bryce Mortellaro seems like he's being taken out for Trevor Dean, as Trevor Dean's on the on-deck circle. So here's the 1-2. That one, you could tell right out of the hand that was going to be a curveball, but just had no curve to it. That one was way high. So Reinhardt getting some cheers from the home crowd, as that would be a great way to end the night, or at least to tie the game up with Blair Frederick, the game-tying run at second base. Reinhardt's going to go down on strikes there. So it's going to be, it is Bryce Mortellaro.
Up catcher number 44, Bryce Mortellaro.
So Bryce Mortellaro coming into this at-bat, 0 for 3 on the day. Curveball watching that one, and that one way low. And the fans here, even though they are a little bit lower in number compared to the last few days, they are letting this home plate umpire know that they were not fans of the call. So the 0-1, that one is in there for strike 2. So watching two breaking balls drop in there for strikes, as Batavia is now down to their final strike of the ball game. Score is 3-2. Bottom of the 9th inning, 0-2 count. Jack Pletter on the mound. The pitch, that one swung on and hit over the head of Latham. Trying to make a great play is Dalton Cody, and Cody makes a great play, and that will be the game. So the leadoff hit for Blair Frederick, another heartbreaker for the Dogs as they lose this one in a close battle, 3-2. Batavia now drops to 12-15, shifting their focus into tomorrow's game against the Niagara Power, as Batavia will now be in 4th place. And after that, it will be a few games in a row against the Elmira Pioneers. If you're a Batavia fan, you just kind of have to shake your head. Seems like they continue to find themselves in this situation where they can't come through in the 9th. Keep playing close games, but at some point, they are going to hit their stride. So, again, it's been a great night here at Dwyer Stadium. We'll be on the road tomorrow. I will be on the call. And with that being said, have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow. Signing off, I'm Griffin Della Penna. We'll see you tomorrow. Go Dogs.